Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Anchor Snake here. I hope y'all are having a great day, and welcome to episode 5 of my hauling how-to series. In this episode, we're going to talk about cargo missions. So with the release of 4.8, they completely wiped our accounts, and we're starting over from scratch with nothing. And you're going to actually get to see, instead of me just talking about it, you're going to actually get to see me take my starter ship out, and we're going to do our starting mission, and then we're going to run the whole A, and then we're going to finish up with the Ironclad there at the end and cross the finish line for earning our first 1,000,000 credits as a brand new hauler. And if I can do it, you can do it. And so without further ado, let's cut to 4.8 and let's see what this is all about. Thanks for watching. This is 4.8. It just came out about an hour or two ago, and this comes on the heels of a full, complete wipe. I had to go get the chest piece. I had to go get a backpack. Now, the max lift tractor beam is mine, so I was able to keep that. That was in my inventory. I did purchase a new multi-tool, an attachment, and we were basically set up exactly the way I did in the previous videos. This is episode 5 of the hauling series, and let's dive in and check this out. So if we're going to press F1, you can see I have 20,000 credits. My reputation is 0. Just what you're going to see. So we're going to go to contracts, right? And so this is exactly what you're going to see because it's brand new. I'm like, it's starting over from scratch. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to hauling, and I'm going to pick Kovalex. That's who I'm going to pick. So we need to move 6. We got a mission right here for 50,000 credits. We are going to move 6 SU quartz to Gray Cat, Stanton. So we're going to go to Port Tressler, and we're going to grab that. That's what we're going to do. Let's accept that offer, and we are going to fly up to Port Tressler. So here we go, guys. We got accepted the mission, and we're going to go make our first 50,000 credits in the game. So I am going to grind this thing, and we're going to grind for 1,000,000 credits just like that. So let's turn on the ship. Let's make sure our MFDs are good. We should be good to go with our food. So I'm bringing me that. There it is. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I was chasing. Let's check our pips. Let's bring that down a notch. And let's bring these down a notch. Oh, we don't have a cooling. Okay, we're set. So that's set. We're going to call for clearance. And we're going to take off. Okay. It's dark outside. It's always dark outside in Babbage, it seems like, at least for me. And cool. All right. Awesome. And off we go. We're going to go to Port Tressler, which is going to be straight above us.
Looks like you're on your way.
It is. Okay. Okay. Landing gear. Gonna sit down right there. Very nice. Open. Shut down the engines. Alright, something just happened with my ship. Don't know what that's all about. Kind of weird looking, but alright, so we're gonna grab our cargo, send it down. As you can see, 6 SU, easy load. Easy load. All right. Matter of fact, we can put all of it. Tell you what we're going to do. Let's grab our little multi-tool. All right, cool. All right. So if you're using your multi-tool, you can see that you would really only need to, I recommend that as soon as you can afford the max lift, I'm going to use it on the first mission. As soon as you can afford it, get yourself the max lift, okay? And then what you can do is you can take this thing and get you a med attachment, because where we're about to go, we're going to be picking up some a med attachment for this, okay, for this multi-tool. So we're all set. We've got everything we need. Well, not this run we're going to get. We're going to go to Gray Cat. So Gray Cat is not going to have it. So here we go. All right, we're going to close up our exterior. Very nice. We're going to request takeoff. Turn engines on. We just have our regular suit on, okay? We're just getting started, so, and legitimately, we're just getting started. Only thing different between me and a new player is I've done this a couple times. Okay. All right, cool. So now what we need to do is we need to jump down to the planet and not run into anything. Someone hit nav. What I'm going to do is I need to jump to the planet first, okay, guys? We're going to do this jump here. It's a quick little jump. And now we're going to jump to our cargo destination. Boom. So what this does, this is your opening mission for the company, and it's going to start building your reputation. And we'll basically be a trainee. We should get the trainee rep. We complete that, and then we get the rookie rep, and that's really what we're chasing. Rookie rep is rookie direct extra small is what we're chasing. Easy business. And basically what we're after, as soon as we start getting multiple missions, the multiples, make sure he's not going to do nothing to us. Do a quick scan. All right, we're getting pretty close. I'm going to switch over to bring up my shields. Okay, so there's Gray Cat. All right. And basically what I do, as soon as I can see the pad, I call. Right now is plenty good time to call. All right, so they got us over here on this side. Okay, landing gear. All right, there's a... Right here is good. Okay, we're just going to set it down. Nice and easy. That looks good. We're going to lower... Let the elevator down, guys. We're going to get out. Okay. We're going to grab our... We're going to grab our little multi-tool. Okay. 1, 2. You're getting to see this in real time. This is exactly what you guys are going to see, you new players, okay? You new haulers. There it is. There's 6. We'll store that. Holding down the R button. We're going to send it down. Once it gets down, I always like to raise it back up in case I come back. Cool. And folks, that is our very first mission completed. I got awarded 50. We just made 50,000 credits. Cool. So I've got like 29 minutes to get out of here before they turn the turrets on and blow me into oblivion. So real quickly, what we want to do, you see now we got 70,000 credits. Let's check our rep. Let's see what our reputation looks like. We are a trainee right now. Well, actually, the trainee looks like it's already been fulfilled, so we should be working on a rookie, right? A rookie? So let's see what our contracts look like now, just real quickly. That's our history. So we can accept, oh, that's neat. That's new. We can accept up to 10. That's great. That's great. Let's see what we got for hauling now. Let's see here. I think we should have another one. Here we go. Planetary. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Direct extra small. These are the money maker, guys. Let's see. We got one. They already start off with the extra smalls. Cool. 61K. All right. So right now is the time to go. I'll tell you, like I said, one mission. We're going to go rent the... Since we've got that, we got enough. We're going to go rent the whole A. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Port Tressler. Okay. So let's take off. I'm going to raise all our stuff. So right now we have enough to go rent the whole A. And that's exactly what we're going to go do. So it immediately offered us multiple missions from the jump. Okay, cool. Nav. We're going to go to nav mode. What that's going to do is it's going to get us to altitude a whole lot faster. We're going to start going on. I mean, I could get on the afterburner if I want to, but... All right, now we're going to do is we're going to go to, I'm going to hit F2, which brings up our map. I'm going to go to Port Tressler. I'm going to put that in, and we're going to jump over to Port Tressler. We're going to go rent the whole A, okay? We have enough to do it. So any of your, whether Everest Harbor, it doesn't matter. Teza Spaceport, Advantage Rentals there at Teza Spaceport is the cheapest. I think it's like 34. I think it's like 34 K here. And I'm okay with that. We're going to make that back real quickly. So we're going to get up here. We're going to store the ship. Right here, New Babbage. Let me put my landing gear down so I don't crash. And there we go. Okay. That'll work. I'm going to shut off the engines. And I'm not going to fuel it. Okay. I'm going to save the credits. Let's see what our fuel loads look like. Landing. We'll go ahead and fuel it. That ain't nothing. And we'll store. Then we'll get out of the ship. And we'll store it. And then we're going to go to the cargo center. Okay. So we're going to take that 50,000 that we made and we're going to go rent the whole A. Okay. So we're going to store the ship. Cool. All right. We're going to go to the lobby. Just go swing around here to the elevators. Just make sure when we open up the elevator, there's actually a floor right there. That's a good sign. It should be. It's brand new. The game just loaded today, so. All right, cool. So we're going to come up here and we are going to come right here to the rentals and then let's see, whole A, 34,000 credits. We're going to rent that. Yes, sir. Confirm rental. Got it. Okay. Now we're going to get out of here. We're going to go make some credits. Okay. So you're watching me do this in real time. All right. So we're going to go back down to hangars and habs. And we're going to go jam this whole A out and we're going to go make 1,000,000 credits. Small hangar. The whole A will fit in a small hangar. All right, cool. All right, so they were supposed to fix that. It was supposed to be at the top of the list, not at the bottom. They didn't fix that. All right, so it's kind of weird.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval.
It's going to be Misc, whole A, retrieve. All right, cool. Let's take a look at the missions, all right, that we have available to us. So we're going to go to, I prefer, you guys starting off, take the Holland Planetary ones. And what we're going to do, the ones we really want are these direct extra smalls. So that's 11 going to Gray Cat where we were just at. Let's see what else is out there. There's 7 going to New Babbage. 11. So we're going to accept that one. Okay. Offers. We're going to go back to offers. Okay. There we go. We're going to take that one. It's just a glitch. So there's 2. That's 100,000. Let's see. That's the Gray Cat. Let's see if there's anything going to New Babbage. Anything else? Secure Goldenrod. I like that one. Gray Cat. New Babbage. There's 150,000. All of those are going to New Babbage. Let's see. Stanton. I know this is kind of boring, but Gray Cat. We're going to take this one right here. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's get that loaded up, and then first things first with this ship. Number one, to get into this ship, all you need to do is just walk up and hit F and take your hands off the controls. Okay. It'll automatically do this for you. Now just step on inside. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get in the ship. We got to extend the loading platform. There is a switch right here. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to bring the power on. There we go. And the switch is right here, but we actually want to lift off. Okay. Lift off. And then I'm going to click extend cargo spindle. Okay. And while it's doing that, I'm going to reposition the ship for easier loading. How cool is that? Awesome. I'm going to set the ship down. And I'm going to turn the ship off. And basically, I'm going to turn off the engines. Okay. Now we're not burning fuel. Awesome. Now, the next thing, to get out of the ship, what you want to do is just tap the F button. It opens that, then just tap that F button. Don't walk into there. That little door right there will come in there and smash you. Okay. So you don't want to do that. Cool. Awesome. Now what we're going to do is we're going to load the ship up. Like one more thing. When you get done with the ship, before you store the ship or send it down for fuel or log off or bed log or anything, make sure this is closed. Okay. And there's no cargo on it. Otherwise it'll break the ship. Just remember that. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our cargo and load this on and see how much we can get on here. All right. We should be able to get like maybe 6 loads. Okay. All right. So what we're just going to grab them all. We got 4. Send it over there. Bring it up. Easy business. Now I'm going to use the multi-tool. And tungsten. So one thing I need to know, and I don't remember. Let's look at our contracts real quick. So we've accepted them. Let's see what we got. I just need to know what's going where. So corundum, aluminum, and tungsten is going to New Babbage. And then carbon is going to secure a goldenrod. All right, carbon's going to secure a goldenrod. That's what I needed to know. All right. So the cool thing about this ship is it's easy to keep this stuff separated. I like what that just did. I like that. All right. I mean, pretty quickly, the whole A is 1.6 mil. It's not very expensive. So if you wanted to, save up, grind to purchase, then you could. I don't need to. I've got plenty of ships, but you can. Wouldn't be a bad choice. Okay. So we got all this loaded. Let's make sure. I'm going to check our contracts again. So let's see here. It was 8. 8 carbon. All right, cool. Let's see what else we can get. We got plenty of room. Plenty of room. Let's see here. Planetary. I like the direct ones. Sakura goldenrod. So here's okay. So there's 10. We'll take that one. All right. Let's see. We'll pull that one up. And there's room right there. We can pull that up. We got to send the elevator down there, buddy. And before we roll, we got to drink some fluids. It's really easy to get hyper focused on what you're doing, and then you pass out. We don't want to pass out. All right. So we'll end up with 2. So let's see what else. Let's see what else we can get here. Assets. Not the assets. Let's go to contracts. We got 5. I'd like to get 1 more offers. So contracts. Planetary. There's another direct. I like the direct ones. They're easy. All right, right here. Look, here's another one. Goldenrod. We're going to accept that one. All right, we're going to grab that one. So what I want to do is I want to go to either, just goldenrod and port in New Babbage. If I can, I'd rather not do 3 stops. If I can, 2 is fine. 2 is fine. But 3 I don't want to do. And I've got plenty of room. I still got plenty of room. So I have, let's see how much room I have left. I've got 2, 4, 6. 6 on that side. So at 8, I got what? 14. I got 14. I've got room for 14 SCU. So let's see if there's another mission we can grab. Let's go F1. If we can grab 1 more, that would be amazing. Contracts. Offers. Let's see if we can grab 1 more. If there's another 50 hiding in here somewhere, we can grab. What is this one going to? Sakura goldenrod 8. That's 9. That's we'll take it. And that is silicone. Okay. We're going to take it, and that's going to be, this is going to put us to 350,000 credits. Okay. We're going to send this back down. Okay. So we're going to fill this side up here, and the overflow will go on the other one. Okay. Good deal. So the cool thing about it is we're going to go to Sakura. Everything on the port side is all going to Sakura, and then these 3 left over right here, which we can separate out right here. These 3 right here will be to Sakura. And we are set. Cool. Perfect. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to store that. Okay. I'm going to go Alt-H. Alt-H. Take my helmet off. Okay. I'm going to grab me a drink. Carry. Okay. I'm going to drink. Hydrate. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit Alt-H and put our helmet back on. All right, let's go. Let's go make some credits, y'all. 350,000 credits. I didn't want that. I don't know why the ship wants to do that. Just hit F. Just tap F. It puts it back. Let's go. So bring the engines back on. I'm going to call for clearance. We got 7 missions stacked right here. So we're going to come out of here once them doors open up. And we got to jump to the planet, and then we got to jump to our first destination. All right, I'm going to put the gear up. The main thing is we don't want to run into anything. All right, so we're going to jump to the planet. And that's Microtech. We'll go do that one first, drop it off. Then we're going to go, we got to go to the spaceport and offload. I do recommend that you turn on your VTOL on planet side when you're trying to land fully loaded. I do recommend it. All right, so starboard side was the new Babbage. All right, I'm going to shut down engines. I'm going to get out and unload. Again, just open the door. Don't step in here, okay? Just hit F. The game will automatically snatch you right out, okay? It just does it automatically. You don't have to do anything. And once we get down here, we're going to offload. It's going to be that simple. We're going to use this one. All right, so that's all of this right here. And it's just going to put it on the lift. It don't have to be pretty, just get it on there. We could probably have gotten a little closer. Just make sure it snaps to grid. If you can. Don't knock yourself out like like I just did. I don't know what this game. All right, cool. Send that down. F. Hit F. Send it down. All that looks good. Confirm. We'll let it go down and then we're going to let it come, and I'm going to send it back up, okay? Now we're going to start getting paid. That one paid for the rental. That one paid for your max lift. And the next one's going to pay for our outfit. Now everything's going to be profit from here on out. So now we go look at our let's look at our contracts real quick. Contracts. We've completed 3 of them. We've got 4 left over. And as you can see, they're all going to Sakura Goldenrod. All right, so here we go. So what we want to do, we can go to maps. We can track a contract. Okay. And it'll give us a route. Maybe. It doesn't matter. It's still going to give us a vector when we get up airborne. So we're going to let's take off.
You're all set to go.
Okay. Landing gear up.
Everyone here hopes you enjoyed your visit to Microtech, the Empire's leading.
You see that little box? This little box right here, this is pointing to our mission, okay? And all we got to do is get out of atmosphere. And we'll be able to jump to it. Okay, now we can jump to it. There it is. Boom. Well, that was weird. I'm supposed to do that. Maybe I'll let go of it too early. You got to hold the switch down until it actually starts to jump. Maybe I'll let go of it. Okay, that's a glitch. All right, that's a glitch. What we got to do is we got to go to Port Tressler. We got to get out of the planet. So where's Port Tressler at? Here, we got to jump up there. I guess it's good. You get to see this kind of stuff in real. It's just. All right, the game is goofy. It is what it is. Let's see. We got to jump down to the planet.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged.
Okay. And I can let go of it. So you got to see kind of a problem that you may encounter. If it won't jump and is doing that, just jump back to the space station, jump away from the planet. It's just goofy. So now we're going to go to Goldenrod. And Goldenrod opens up an opportunity for you new players. You can if you decided to spawn in Loreville, Loreville has, or Hurston has a similar place as Goldenrod Magnolia. This is Goldenrod Secura. This is a same kind of place we went to, like Grey Cat. Same, it's a distribution center, but this particular distribution center has opportunities for scavenging, and that's what we're going to go do. Obviously, there's already somebody there doing it. Right now, everybody's trying to make credits because nobody has any. So we're getting pretty close. I'm going to bring our shields on, and we're going to rocket down here. We're going to request landing in a hangar where our ship is protected. Later on, when you get enough stuff, you can come here and raid this place. Or raid any of them if you want to, if you want to get in a firefight for days. But we're not doing that. We need to request a hangar. Over here. Alright, cool. We're gonna drop our gear down. And when you come here, I want you to park by the entrance. Okay, park by the ASOP terminal here, where we come in. Let me zoom out. Let me roll out just a little bit, and we're gonna park the ship about right here is good. Get a little closer. Right there's good. Perfect. All right. We're going to cut the engines. And we're going to go unload this cargo real quick. Going to get paid. And so you're working against time, and you're working against server errors, okay? And if you have a server error, there's a pretty good chance you're going to lose your you're going to lose a bunch of credits. All right, so here we go. And there's no way to reset that. So at least there wasn't up until maybe now. All right, so cool. We got that all done. Let's send this down and let's get paid, y'all. Let's go. That's 200,000 credits worth of cargo right there. We just got to be sure to send it back up, send the lift back up, okay? Cool. We're going to go back to Port Tressler, okay?
You are clear to launch.
All right, guys, this is the second set of missions. I'm not going to show you all of it because this thing would be like a 5-hour video, but I am going to show you that I did take the second set. This is actually the third set. I got killed in the second set, so this is a redo. Okay. Hold on a second. All right, so it looks like something didn't complete. Yeah, so we missed one. I don't know if it's still on the rack. Let's see. Is it still on the rack? No, it bounced off. So this is what you're going to do. So here's the thing, guys. Sometimes you have to submit them, and that's what we're going to do. F1, we're going to go to contracts, and we're going to submit it, okay? We won't get the full amount. We got 38,000, so just under 300 grand. It is what it is. All right, guys, this is the third set of missions, and we're coming in here to Port Tressler. In this particular set, I take a 61K mission, and I end up with two sets of two missions with carbon. So you got to be really careful when you do that. What's cool about the whole A is you've got these 4 different panels, and it makes it really easy to separate this cargo out. And so, but yeah, if you do that, just make sure that you know that you pay very close attention to where you put this carbon, because you can't turn in one mission to another. You can't cross-pollinate it. It won't work. You'll end up with 2 missions that are broken or won't get paid for. So yeah. Love this little whole A, man. It's so great for a new player, even a seasoned player. So here you go. You see the 61K and see how it's some is going to New Babbage and Goldenrod. And then you got 11 SCU of carbon that is just going to Goldenrod. You can't mix that up. You got to be very, very careful. So you can't take the 11 SCU carbon and turn it in at New Babbage. It won't work. You won't get credit for it. So yeah, that's why I don't typically like to mix those up too much. And if you do, you just got to be very careful where you put it. And that's where I was. So 3, yeah. So, and that's it. I just wanted to show you that I did take a third set. This is actually the 4th set. I get killed in the second leg, and I end up having to redo it. Stick around to the end. I'll show you a clip of it. It's pretty funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but after going back and looking at it, it's pretty funny. I'll include that at the end. So here we are pulling back into Goldenrod. Make sure you come here. Take some missions here. You can go scavenge hunting. Go down to the lobby and have at it. It's a good time. Lots of good stuff. Well, for a new player, it is. Okay, so this is the 4th set of missions, and I basically took like 3 missions to come down to Tressler and bring like 3 small sets of cargo, and this is going to put us well over the 1 million mark. And I'm going to fast forward the unloading of the majority of this, but I just wanted to show you that I had this would have been it. It would have been super fast to make 1 million credits if everything goes right. But this game, man, 4.8, it just wasn't meant to be. I'm gonna get all this unloaded, but unfortunately, when I send the cargo down here in New Babbage, the game is just not going to recognize. It's not going to recognize it. So yeah, I was pretty upset. I was hoping that we would cross that million credit mark, but it was just not meant to be. So there you go. All right, so my 5th attempt, I got in my Cutlass Black, and I came up here back to Port Tressler to take any mission I could find. And what's going to happen is that I had to abandon those other missions down in Babbage. One of them seemed to persist. I couldn't abandon it. And so what you're going to see is that I have a mission, but it's the one that's broken. And the game will just not let me, the game will not accept the mission. I'll try to take it, and you're actually going to see it just kind of disappear. I'm going to try to take the mission, and it just won't do it. And it's at that point, I was done. And so I even recorded the video saying that this is as far as I'm going to go. And I ended up going to the DefenseCon. See, it was during that all the servers, they just completely crashed. See how it says two of 10 accepted up at the top, and see it go back to 0. I mean, back to 1. It's just busted. The whole server that controls these missions just completely crashed it to the point where there was no missions available. And I just went to DefenseCon, and I'm going to cut to where I'm at DefenseCon, and they came back online. So I'm going to cut to that part of the video. All right, so the missions started working again. So what we're going to do, and we're going to go to Everest Harbor and pick up a small load and deliver it to Port Tressler, and that will get us to our first 1,000,000 credits. So here we go. This is my Ironclad, by the way. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm telling you, this thing takes up every bit of a large hangar. It almost should have been an extra large. That's a big ship to land, broskies. Let's take it all 2200 SEU. Oh, this is going to be glorious. Okay. So we got one more here. Big cargo deck. Okay. Okay. Yay. Hey, boys. Our first 1,000,000. All right, guys, there you go. That concludes cargo hauling missions. And man, what a journey it was. We went from starting off shiny brand new penny with only 25,000 credits, and we've crossed the finish line here with over 1,000,000. It was a tough grind, only because I made some mistakes along the way, and the game just quit working with 4.8, and all the missions just went away. So I was like, we'll just go to DefenseCon and go check that out, which was really cool. And in the middle of that, they started working again, and by that time I was pretty tired, so I figured, you know what, we'll just come back and finish up. So, as I took that last mission from Everest Harbor here to Port Tressler, and we finished the cargo mission video in a in an Ironclad. We started off in an Aurora Mark II, and we finished in an Ironclad. That's pretty fitting for hauling. It was a lot of fun, and we did a lot of runs in the whole A. So there you go, guys. It's not hard. Enjoy the grind. That's the funnest part, man. Is trying to carve out a living right here at the very beginning. So basically, like I said, in a nutshell, you get your starter ship, you make one run, the opening salvo of cargo missions, and then you get offered a pile of missions. Then as soon as you do that, take your proceeds and go rent a whole A. It doesn't matter where you get it from. and then off you go and start grinding away. Grind those direct extra small 50K missions, and in no time you'll earn your first million. And then you have to decide, what do you want to do? Where do what kind of ship what are you grinding for exactly? And then make the choice and go after it. The raft is a solid choice. The whole A is a solid choice. And just keep making credits. The end game is to stack up enough credits that you can afford to lose, so you can jump into the commodities. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next and final video, which will be episode 6, commodity trading. So stick around for that. Anyway, guys, I had so much fun. It was a blast. It was I crashed and died a couple times, but at the end of the day, I had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If it wasn't complete trash, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, and I certainly hope you do, please consider hitting that subscribe button. You know what that does. And thank you so much for all the new folks that have subscribed. It's man, y'all just don't know what that does for me. It just keeps me going. So I hope y'all have a great day. Y'all take care, and we'll catch you on the next one as always. Ready, Anchor? Hand salute. Ready? 2. Bye, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Whoa. God. That sucks. Well, yeah, I woke up in Brentwood Center, which is the medical, the hospital here in Microtech. And as you may well imagine, I was pretty upset about it. Unfortunately, though, I didn't lose any of my stuff, only the contents of my backpack. So, which is cool. I guess it could be worse, but yeah, I'm a retired sailor, so I got a mouth on me when I get aggravated. And I was pretty pissed off at this point. But boy, I was mad. I was madder than a rattlesnake hill. But yeah, just be careful with these containers, man. There's something broken in the physics of gravity. With they launched themselves at like ridiculous high speeds. I don't know if you saw, it flung me like way up in the air. I literally hit the top of the hangar. It's funny now, but it wasn't then. So yeah, I'm on my way, and we'll cut back to where I get myself composed, and here we go. Whoa. God. That sucks.